just a native of Denver, born and raised right here. I was raised at 31st and Lafayette, born. And of course, I spent all kind of time at Curtis Park, at the center. Spent most all kind of time since I was in my basketball at 20th Street Recreation Center, and married my high school sweetheart. I started dating my senior year in high school, and married for 55 years. So I was dreaming of being a sports announcer, but I took up a DU. Communications, what they call it now, was speech back then. But also, I'm a Jehovah's Witness, so I didn't want to have to go to the draft. But they worked out a deal where I could just do what they call community service. And community service was actually being able to, most people went to the hospital, but be able to work with kids. And so they gave me my dream job, but I didn't know it at the time. But when I went down, since they knew I had to be there, they gave me the worst assignment you could have. It was down in Curtis Park where all the trouble and everything was going on. And of course, it was about 4 or 5 blocks where I grew up. So everybody knew me when I went down there. So I just got to working with the kids, and boy, we had no trouble at all. They said never had anything like that, and that got me disinterested in kids. So I went from there till when my time was up. They didn't want me to leave, so they gave me a director's job. I'm tired of it, so I jumped real quick in classifications. So then I was able to work at the Globeville Recreation Center. I started again. That was another kind of hotbed. The kids weren't going to school or anything. And when I got down there, I started with the kids playing athletics and manning football for them down there. And then I told them if they wanted to play, they would have to maintain at least a C average and couldn't be flunking but one class. And so they started going to school. And it was really funny to watch because I also told them and talked with, most of them are single parents, would talk with their parents, and I told them, I said, now, if their progress report, which I would give every week, if they are not meeting the requirements, what I'm going to do, I'm not going to even let them know. When they come to the game, I'm just not going to let them play. And their little girlfriends are out there. So that did. They really did well in school. But after that, I had a chance to go to Skyland. And like I said, my parents were in ill health, so what better place could I be but a block and a half around from my parents? When you're in an environment where you can see other successful people and know that you want to get to where they've got to, then that really keeps you going. And I've always just told the kids that, when it comes to athletics, it's a two-way street. I said they're going to use you for your ability, but you got to use them for their education. Wasn't for athletics, I wouldn't be in college, so they needed to, I realized that sports is the way to get them to where they want to go. And the Pirates has been known for just person after person after person, getting scholarship after scholarship. I'll tell you one thing, what gives me my great satisfaction is to this very day, over and over again, when maybe there's someplace you've never thought about, in the mountains or in a shopping center. I have so many kids that come up to me that are now grown and say, wasn't for you, I might have been in prison. Wasn't for you, this might have happened. And I just tell them, it wasn't me. I had a nice staff. That's what it was to me. It was Harsh Kearney out there. It was all kind of people out there. And I had just a top-notch staff people that felt like I did. We just felt that we were giving back to the community. I was mentored by a man that I hope people haven't forgotten, but all through my basketball career, named Ed Calloway. And Ed Calloway just kept me in line. He always told me, you're always as good as, you're never any better than the last game you played. You can tell kids, you can add anything you want, but you have to walk the walk. They have to see you doing it. And so I hope that I did very best much I can, like I said, and not only help with the kids, but it's such a pleasure to, I didn't even look at it as a job. So, I would like to thank my parents that really just brought us up in the right way. But I just think that for me, to realize that just what you can do with kids that so many people tell you, there's no hope for them, so to speak. And you can prove them that they're wrong. And the Pirate Organization has gone so far in doing just that. The people at one time just thought that, well, these kids are not going to make it, so they're just nothing but athletes. But they're not only athletes, they're students. They are just great people.